I want you to do to my body. Giving me what I need. That's what you got to do. Giving me what I need. That's what you got to do.
Yo, what's happening, man? It's your boy Rundown. If you're depressed watching your favorite sports team on the football field, but you just can't stop buying their gear, then congratulations. You might be a Raiders fan. But listen, man, don't trip. I got the perfect thing for you, man. Here at the Rundown, we have partnered with Fanatics to bring the nation some of the freshest Raider gear that you can get your hands on. I'm talking jerseys, I'm talking hats, and you know it's starting to get chilly out here, so it's best to grab you some drip for the frosty season while you're at it as well. So tap the link in the description down below, get you some fresh gear, man. Support the channel at the same time. It's a dub for you, dub for me, even though we're not getting that many dubs on the field at the moment, man. So remember, man, tap the link down below in the description to get you some fresh Raiders gear from Fanatics. Now let's get back to the show. Man, what is going on? What is the word, man? What's happening with all my people? You are back for another episode here of the Raider Rundown, man. Y'all already know what time it is, man. Make sure you guys are tapping on that like button for your boy. Tapping on the subscribe button later on in the show if you're feeling what you're hearing as well, man. Also, we got a very, very special announcement for the show. It's getting all things finalized right now, but once everything gets finalized, we're gonna need y'all help on something, man. We got something big coming to the show, and I'm gonna need all y'all help, all my Rundown family, to go ahead and we're gonna pitch in for this one. But yeah, can't wait to announce it, but we still getting everything finalized. But before we get into everything and all that good stuff, welcome to the show today, man. What we're gonna do today, we are going to be going over our new head coach's coaching resume. All right, going through his history, going through where he has been, what he has done, and go from there, right? Really, I want to focus on the NFL. I don't really want to go back. You know, the college stuff is good, but I want to go to the NFL, you know what I mean, at the same time, and really deep dive there. I saw my boys in the war room. Shout out to the guys, man, 805, Chris and Severe, man. The way they was doing it yesterday, they broke it down. I really like the way they was breaking it down, so we're going to kind of follow their method and model today and, break down his history. Now, of course, like I've been detailing the whole entire time, right? Nothing can be officially announced until after the Super Bowl. But the hiring of Mike LaFleur to the Cardinals, and I think even the Raiders posted some shit yesterday. I believe they posted some. They didn't post no Kubiak thing, but they posted like some meme. So seeing that, I'm like, yeah, it's done deal. But before we get into all the good stuff, y'all know what time it is, man. It is a Raider Rundown show, so we got to start off with the very first segment of the show, man, which is man, y'all already know what it is, man. We're going to get into the roll call real quick. Give a shout out to all my people that's in the building, man. Look here. We got Walt in the house, man. Walt is in the building, man. Walt must be feeling good. He tuning into a Rundown show. So I appreciate you for tuning in today, man. He says the guys blessed us with the number 1 pick, or just because we suck so bad. Mendoza's sitting there and getting Kubiak. It's looking up, brother. It's looking up, man. It's looking up. I mean, hopefully. I mean, we'll see what happens there. We'll see what happens there. Dominique in the building, man. What's going on with you, Nick, man? Appreciate you for tapping in. Salute as always, man. He said Linderbaum is going to the Giants or Chargers. And I see Walt talking about that. Honestly, bro, I don't think we're gonna get ourselves no Linderbaum. I don't think so. And it's not because Linderbaum's not good. It's mainly because I think they're gonna move JPJ back to center. So if you're gonna move JPJ back to center, there's really no need for a Linderbaum, right? Like there's no need. I personally think you need to focus your attention and efforts on guard, right? Because I'm personally letting Dylan Parham walk. And I'm trying to upgrade at that position. So left guard, right? Left guard, right? And right tackle. Left guard and right tackle is where I think we need to upgrade on that offensive line, man, and really focus the efforts there. DJ Glaze gets bumped down to guard, and he's competition for either spot. You smell me? And then we can still draft a guy to still be even more competition, right? So I kind of like it in that fashion and form, moving it that way. But we'll see what they do. We'll see what they do. Just in my opinion, I don't think we're gonna go after no Linderbaum if they're gonna move JPJ back to center. That's how I feel. Freddie, what's going on, Freddie? How you feeling, family? What's going on with you, man? Salute. Who else we got up in here, man? Jay, what's going on, man? Salute, man. Appreciate you for tapping in, man. Weaver off the fans DC list. Did he get signed? Did Weaver get signed somewhere? I didn't see the news. If he did get signed, man, let me know. And then we're gonna have to talk about that because he was definitely on my list. I definitely was thinking about him. But if he got signed, then that thins it down for sure. Galindo, what's going on, JN? How you feeling, man? Appreciate you for tapping in, man. Appreciate you for tapping in. Of course, Deuce, you already know. Salute. Herman, what's going on, man? What's goody? Alexander, man. It's nothing for sure yet. Not till Kubiak signs. I'm gonna just let y'all revel in that thing. There's no if you feel that way, you feel that way, bro. I'm not gonna say nothing to you. You feel what I'm saying? Hey, you revel in that fact. I'm just gonna revel in a different fact. You know what I mean? I'm just telling y'all, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. It's okay. We have nice things. We have a nice thing. You know what I mean? It's all right to believe it. But at the same time, if that's how you want to go about it, I'm not mad at you. I'm not gonna tell you nothing different. My boy Dev, man, what's going on with you, man? What's going on? Flag. Salute. Appreciate you, my dog, for being here, man. Ja in the building, man. Browns will let Jim Schwartz find a team. If he can't find one, they will retain him. Hey, now look here, boy. If we get our hands on a Jim Schwartz and a Clint Kubiak, now I'm not sitting here. Look, I'm not going to be one of those shows, bro. I'm not going to sit here and tell y'all that just because we did that, we're going to make the playoffs year one. Oh, we got Mendoza, Super Bowl. Like, no, we're not. We're going to be realistic still. Okay, that's still a rookie quarterback, rookie head coach. Everything's new, right? So I'm still in the vein of thinking, even if we get all that, it's still some time to be taken to learn everything, get their feet under them, get their feet wet. Once they do that, now we can start talking about really making moves and seeing how that year one went, right? You feel what I'm saying? But I don't want to put too much on that. That's how we start fucking ourselves up. Salute, man. Cool Kev in the building, man. What's going on, Cool Kev? Appreciate you for tapping in, man. Appreciate you for tapping in. Who else we got? Who else we got up in here, man? Oh, man. God damn. Damn it. And I'm going to have to look this up right now. That's what I'm about to do. If that happened, that pisses me off a little bit because I definitely was looking at Weaver. He was definitely a name. But, it is what it is. Fuck. It is what it is. Then we're definitely going to oh, look, and somebody on Twitter just posted something we can definitely use. But we're definitely going to have to look deeper then if that's the case. But we'll see. We'll see, man. See what we can do. Schwartz is the number one, though. Be real with y'all, bro. Schwartz is number one option for me. If we can get Jim Schwartz Bro, we be in business, bro. We be in fucking business. I mean, that's a respected mind. He gonna demand respect in that defensive locker room and defensive huddle, bro. I know that our head coach gonna be able to scheme some shit. Say what you want, right? Our head coach gonna be able to scheme some shit open, right? I know that. So then if we can do that, and I know what our defensive dude is, we on to something. That's what I'm saying. We're on to something. I'm not gonna sit here and say that, oh shit, we're on the Super Bowl. But look, hey, bro, this is how we start the climb out of fucking mediocrity. Like, this is how we start the climb. My boy, man, Kill Die again, man. What's going on? Yo, what DNs you looking at in the draft? How early? Good question. Good question. I'll be real with you, bro. I'm looking as early as the second round. I'm looking as early as the second round. I just seen one, and I didn't think it was gonna happen because I seen him. I thought this dude was gonna go in the first round, but if somehow this dude slips, I think, who was it? I gotta look at it. Maybe Jeremy Fowler. Somebody just released a mock draft where we took Fernando 1, and we got Akeem Mesidor with the second pick, right? With the second round pick. That shit right there, if he falls to the second round, bro, that's very, very tough. That's very tough for you to be like, nah, I can't, I'm going to pass up on that. Especially if there's like a run on receivers in the first round, which it looked like there might be. Feel me? Mekhi Lemon's going in the first round. Jordan Tyson should go in the first round. Carnell Tate. I'm hoping Denzel Boston don't go in the first round. That's like my dude. I hope slips a little bit. If he comes in the second round, that's different. But if they all go first round, then you got to start looking at like best player available, trench players. Shit, if we get some Akeem Mesidor, hey boy, we working. So I like Mesidor. Romello Height isn't bad, but he's more of like a third round dude to me. Now of course, that you love you some Bane and David Bailey, but them shits is unobtainable. You're not going to be able to do that. So there's no way we're grabbing that. So you got to keep looking around. There were some dudes in the Senior Bowl, bro, that was doing work. That TJ Parker, bro. That TJ Parker from Clemson in the Senior Bowl was doing some work. He had some nice little reps. I was fucking with what he was doing. There's a couple other ones, bro, but mostly I'll be honest with you, bro. I'm looking early as second round. Early as second round. We need to start just building the talent wherever it can be after that first round. If we taking quarterback for show, we just need to stack talent BPA. And look, Larry, I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at you. You done been through pain. We done been through pain. It is what it is. You know what I mean? I understand. We fear the Colts Josh McDaniels situation. But hey, I'm not gonna be mad at you if that's how you feel, bro. I ain't gonna be mad at you. We'll just wait until Monday. Right? We just wait till Monday. Boy, I'm telling you, hey, Derek, you on the right train, boy. If Mesidor falls to the second round, we might. That's work right there. I like him, man. Walt says he has his eye on Oregon guard Paragon, how do you pronounce that name? Pregnan at number 36, perhaps trading up a smidge. Pregnan, okay. I gotta look at him more. That Penn State guard. I looked at him as well. I can't pronounce his name right now, but I know he's from Penn State. I think he's a Oos as well. So that's one. That's another one as well. My boy Steve got the coach. QB next. DT linebacker, cornerback next. Bro, it's tough, bro. It's tough. If we talking draft, probably. Because we need so many things, you feel what I'm saying? But it's like, because look, if Jacob Rodriguez falls to the second round, like that's gonna be hard to be like, I'm gonna pass on that. You feel what I'm saying? Like, because Jacob Rodriguez is a dog. I like him. So that's one I'd be like, linebacker, is it the biggest need in the world? You know what I mean? Maybe not, but at the same time, a dude like Rodriguez, hard to pass up. Same thing with his other boy from Texas Tech, that Lee Hunter. You feel what I'm saying? He's nice, but he's more of a nose tackle. You feel what I'm saying? As far as DT, if you're gonna take a DT for where we are right now, bro, we need somebody that's gonna be able to rush that passer. We're gonna need somebody to be able to rush that passer. So I that's tough. Ain't no corners in the second round that's worthy for me. That I'm like, oh yeah, I'm taking right now. There's no corners. Not right now. Honestly, that's why I'm so gung ho on fucking taking or re-signing Eric Stokes for real. Because if you look, like, there ain't really there, even in free agency, if you look at free agency, it's not all that strong. Free agency is not all that strong with corners this year where you're like, oh yeah, bro, like we can upgrade there. Not really, so then you look at that vein, all right, and then you look at the draft. Like, there's a couple dudes in the draft. You know what I'm saying? There's a couple dudes in the draft, but like with a second round pick, I don't see nobody. I'm like, you know what I mean? Like, not like that. Most of them will go in the second or in the first. All the good ones will go in the first. Somebody slip maybe. The Ponds maybe. But are you gonna take a 5'9" nickel corner with the second round pick? You feel what I'm saying? Like, where we are right now? Probably not. Like, and I'm not saying he's not a good player, but for where we are, you feel what I'm saying? Like, probably not gonna take the second, the 5'9" nickel dude right now. We don't have that cachet to be doing shit like that. Now, if we were a different team and we had success already, you feel what I'm saying? Yeah, fuck it, take him. Hell yeah. But right now, nah. We need guys that's coming in here. We need impact. I'm not saying he's not going to impact, but I think he got to go to somewhere that's going to use him correctly. Let me see, man. Let's see what else we got. But, yeah, he might. This is of hopes he falls. You feel what I'm saying? This is of hopes he falls. You got to hope he does fall. But let's see. I have here we go. And shout out to Jaron Vanias, I believe this is how you say his name on Twitter. I always credit who I get the people from, man. I ain't gonna never sit up there and take nobody working credit that. So, hey, shout out to the guy on Twitter, man. Released this detailed breakdown, and we were gonna go through it. But at the same time, as we go through this, right? I want to then match up the production. Okay, so now he might have the numbers in here and what happens, but what my boys from the War Room did yesterday is they looked at the production before, with, and after, right? So today, what I want to do, as we detail his coaching life and history, after we do that, we're going to go through the rundown of what the squads did before he got there, after he got there, you know what I mean? Or while he was there and then after he got there, right? And then after we do that, we can see his impact and what went down. So if y'all ready to get to this thing, man, I'm ready to get to it, man. Let's detail some of coaching history, man, and what he's got going on. All right. Let's see what he's got going on. Of course, we'll get to some comments as well. And then, I'm feeling a little drafty, a little mock drafty. You feel what I'm saying? So if that's the case, maybe we do a mock draft, but at the same time, maybe we just answer some draft questions. You feel what I'm saying? Seeing where we would go now with Kubiak. If Fernando's the first round pick, where would we like to go? Right. So let's see what happens there. Oh, damn. I got my TV loud as hell. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Let me pause this mug. But as I'm here, I'll let y'all get the deep dive first, and then I'll come back and then we'll discuss, right? But give me 1 second. Let me go ahead and mute this. All right. So let's detail this up, right? Let's detail this up. Let's check it out. So now, first thing, this is the deep dive right now that Clint Kubiak is and again, shout out to Jaron Vanias on Twitter. But now that Clint Kubiak is officially the Raiders' next head coach, now we can look at the deep dive. So look, early life, Clint Kubiak's family. He's the son of Gary Kubiak, right? One of the best NFL coaches of all time. He's who had one Super Bowl as a head coach in Super Bowl 50. That's when they had Peyton as well. And then had 3 more Super Bowls as an assistant coach. And at the same time, he spent most of his time in Colorado, of course, because that's exactly where his dad was coaching. Okay, so ended up going to Colorado State University. It looks like, you know what I mean. Um, it says he plays safety. Oh shit, didn't know he played safety. Didn't know he played at all. So look, hey, named the team captain. So that's nice. You know what I mean? He was named the team captain there. That shows some leadership qualities. You feel what I'm saying? If you're looking for whatever. Now, look, there'd be motherfuckers like my boy Shavir who come in here and be like, damn, we're going all the way back to Colorado State. But hey, bro, leadership is leadership. You know what I mean? So we got to find some fucking resemblance of it, right? If that's the case, if you feel like there's not any. So this is about going through the resume, going through what he is. And if you doubt that he's a leader, then maybe that's something that you could put in your cat. Maybe you don't care. It is what it is. But you know what I mean? So, okay, team captain in Colorado State, but of course probably didn't really play all that much. But then you look at Texas A&M. This is where he began the coaching career as a graduate assistant from 2010 to 2011. And in 2012, he was officially became a position coach as a inside wide receivers coach for the team. Okay. That year that he was promoted to inside wide receivers coach for the team, that's when they had Mike Evans. You know what I mean? They had Mike Evans that year with Cliff Kingsbury, and then we also know who the quarterback was at that time. You feel what I'm saying? So I guess he was part of that Money Manziel offense. I guess so. Interesting. Okay, so we then fast forward, and this is really where we start understanding the NFL Clint, right? Where we start getting our the head coaching chops. So now, this stint right here is where I really want to start discussing what he is. And he then got with the Minnesota Vikings in 2013 after his, wide receiver coach position in Texas A&M. Then he made that major league college NFL. Coach for Leslie Frazier's Vikings and served as the offensive quality control coach and assistant wide receiver coach. So that's what he was under Leslie Frazier. But then Leslie Frazier got fired and Kubiak still retained his job. But Mike Zimmer came in, right? And then if anybody knows anything about, what's up with Mike Zimmer, yeah. Mike Zimmer was kind of a trash head coach. But either way, man, that's some of it. But after that, stint that Mike Zimmer came in, he served that same position as far as the offensive quality control, but then went to Kansas after that, right? And now, okay, we can stop this here, right? We can stop this here. Now we're talking about, the Kansas stint. Because this is exactly where this video that everybody's been talking about, everybody's been looking at, has been circulating, right? It's video of him coaching the wide receivers, video of him actually showing his coaching chops. So I think it'd be nice if maybe we looked at that as well. You know what I mean? Maybe we looked at that as well, and then maybe we could see kind of what he looks like as a coach on the field. Because really sometimes people, as far as coaches, sometimes they may be dry with the media for sure. They're going to be hella dry with the media. But when it comes to, being with the players, of course, they be 100% different. They'd be 100% different. So let's go ahead. Let's look, man. Let me see if I can find this video for y'all. Because at the end of the day, I think it was a cool video to look at regardless. Kind of shows what he is on the field. And maybe that he's grown into that a little bit more as well. So it'd be nice to kind of just get an insight of what he looks like. Let's see. It's crazy. Sometimes when you try to find a video, now all of a sudden you can't really want to find the video you want to. Shit's bullshit. Shit gets on my damn nerves. But y'all let me know so far. Going through the coaching resume, and what we have gone through so far, how do y'all feel? Right? How do y'all feel? Do y'all feel that, you getting the sense of what he is? You getting the sense of, okay, I see what's going on, or these things you already knew? But so far, right, he's not really in charge of anything. I will say that from what we're going through, he hasn't been in charge of anything. Him being a part of, the Mike Evans stint in Texas A&M, and also the Johnny Manziel stint over there at that time. That's impressive, right? Very impressive. I like to see that on the resume. Now, of course, he wasn't the offense coordinator. That was Clint Kubiak, but he was the wide receiver coach. And Mike Evans at the time was regarded, right? Highly regarded. Highly regarded. So Mike Evans at the time was highly regarded as a prospect coming out of Texas A&M. And that's why he was a high draft pick. Feel what I'm saying? So I think that's a good feather in the cap so far, but of course, nothing too crazy, right? Nothing too crazy. Here we go. Found it. Now, all right. Here's the video. Okay. Here's the video of Clint as the Kansas wide receiver coach. And we're gonna kind of get a feel of how he is as a coach and kind of what he was doing, man. Kind of what he was doing. Now, remember, he was just a wide receiver coach for Texas A&M and Mike Evans, like we were just talking about. So, of course, he's going to try to instill the same kind of things he was just doing, right? If this thing want to load, goddamn, this thing don't even want to load. But, again, let's see what my boy talking about. Kubiak was the number one candidate, after Black Monday. We got him. He was. And that's where I never understood where people, the Raiders, you know what I mean? The Raiders are panicking. The Raiders are doing this. The Raiders handled this exactly how they were supposed to, man. This was the number one candidate on a lot of people's boards, and on my board for sure. But number one candidate on a lot of people's boards, man, we ended up snagging it on our timing. So, but here he is, man. Let's see a little bit of how he coaches.
Hey, Clint Kubiak, wide receivers coach. Come hang out with me today. If you can keep up with the tempo. Here we go. Let your voice be heard. Speak, speak, speak. You want to play in the game or not? You got to put it on tape right now. Let's go. Good ball security habits now. Don't let that thing swing out, especially you today, right, Seven? All day, man. We're going to preach it. Stance and start all day. Got to be important to you. Don't fade now. Get right there. Put your eyes on it. Eyes on it. Go, mean street, mean street, mean street. Stay in control now. Just go, go. Place by. Look at it. I don't know what happened to you, man. You're a different guy today.
Explode out, QBs, explode out. All right, let's wake it up. Wake up the feet. Here we go. Eyes up, eyes up, eyes up, eyes up. Boom, good feet. Like it.
We're going to save that one. Because we're going to talk about something later. We talk about that. But coach's stint at Kansas. I don't know why that one part is so funny to me when he was like, yeah, don't let that thing swing out, especially you, Seven. Like, what the fuck did Seven do? And what did Seven do in the season to get called out like that? So, like, I don't know why that shit was so funny to me, but I like the way he's talking. I like the way he's teaching, right? I respond to that. I would respond to that. I just like the way that he's teaching the game and he's actually getting hands-on with it, right? We don't have a coach, right? Yeah, he's going to be hands-on like Pete Carroll was hands-on, but at the same time, like he's almost 80 fucking years old, right? He's wrestling dudes on the ground and shit. Like, no. All right, we're going to get out here. We're going to do the drills correctly. All right, we're going to do the goddamn drills correctly. So, salute, man. What's going on, man? His boy radio, man, 8073. Appreciate you for tapping in, big dog. But yeah, man, I mean, I think we got somebody that's actually going to teach the game at a high level. And that's the thing that is underrated as well, that I don't think we have had in a long time, as far as somebody that can speak these players' language and teach this game at a high level to these young players that we draft and bring in here, right? And now that's how that foundation, that's how that foundation is built, right? That's how that foundation is built. So I think now we can finally start getting to it. We can finally start getting to that. So let's get back to some of the coaching history and what we got and some of what he's detailing to us. All right. So I see here, boom, boom. Yep, this one. Here, let's open this one up. So let's look it up. All right, let's go ahead. All right, boom. So first in, and I went ahead for all my blind folk, went ahead and got the image for sure. So we just went through the Kansas stint, right, where he was in the college ranks, and he served as the wide receiver coach. Is what we just watched, right? Is what we just watched. Now that year, the team did not win a single game. Noted that Kubiak would coach wide receiver Steven Sims, who would become an undrafted wide receiver punt returner in the league. So, okay, even though the team did not win a game, all right, and they were ass. Now Kansas is pretty cheeks, but he did his job. Shit, he's a wide receiver coach. He got a goddamn receiver to the league, damn near. You know, not so now. Of course, he's an undrafted dude, but and he had to put in that work. But he helped him get to the league. All right, so he did his fucking job. Now, to me. But we move on to the Denver Broncos. All right, 2016. All right, in 2016, Clint would return to the NFL, and he serves as the offensive assistant to his dad's Denver Broncos. After his father's resignation at the end of the 2016 season, Clint would be retained by Vance Joseph for the 2017 season, right? So he stayed on with the Broncos, right? Remember, still as an offensive assistant. After the Broncos OC Mike McCoy was fired midseason, Clint was promoted to interim QB coach for the team as Bill Musgrave was promoted to OC. The QB room was a mess for Denver, and Brock Osweiler, Trevor Siemian. Yeah, the year after the Broncos won the chip, it was kind of ugly for him. It was kind of ugly. Things didn't end well for Denver that year or in 2018 with Case Keenum leading the charge, right? So he remained with Denver from 2016 all the way to 2018. And throughout that time, man, just pure trash. Brock Osweiler was trash. Trevor Siemian was trash. Paxton Lynch was all trash. So it was just a mess. And then Vance Joseph is the head coach, whatever the case. All right. So this is where we really can start getting to the nitty-gritty, right? This is where we're going to really start getting to the nitty-gritty, because this is your offense, right? This is your offense, big dog. So we got to see what you're in charge of and what they did. All right, so now, Minnesota Vikings 2019. He returned to Minnesota under Mike Zimmer. Okay, at this time, the QB coach, but as the QB coach for the team. So he was working with Kirk Cousins and current Eagles OC Sean Mannion. So the offensive coordinator was Kevin Stefanski at the time, who will move on to Cleveland. The team would go 10-6. So in 2019, Kubiak worked with Kirk Cousins as the quarterback coach, right? Let's look. What was Kirk Cousins' stats that year? All right, what was Kirk Cousins' stats that year? 2019 stats. This might be better if I just look it up on my phone and shit too. I ain't gonna cap. But yeah, that's what I need. Let me see, man. So looking at Kirk Cousins' 2019 stats, if it can give it to me, what's the full thing? Yep. I don't want stats per game. Just give me stats views. Yeah, what do you have? So for that year, Kirky C gave us 3,600 yards, 26 touchdowns, and 6 interceptions with a 107 quarterback rating. All right, 107 quarterback rating. So that's not bad. It's not bad. It's not great, but it's not terrible. You know what I mean? Again, we're looking at what he's accounting for. All right, what are you accounting for? And showing here, 3,600 yards, 26 tubs, 6 interceptions ain't bad. That's not a bad stat, right? Now, it could be better. Definitely could be better. But it ain't something where I'm like, oh man, he had a trash ass year now that you're quarterback coach. So look good to me. And now I'm gonna go ahead and share it off. Hold on, let me remove this. Boom. Let me go ahead and share it for everybody, man. So y'all know exactly what y'all looking at. But yeah, as 26 touchdowns into the Pro Bowl. So he had a Pro Bowl quarterback there at that time. All right, Pro Bowl quarterback at the time. So let me look, man. Bueno says, oh, because it looked like I done froze for a little bit. I think I did. Mm-hmm. Oh, did I freeze? Bro, I'm over here thinking I done froze, and I'm just sitting here. Yo, I'm fucking weak. But hey, real talk. Hold on, real quick. Let me fix this real quick. Let me fix this. Wait, did I freeze? I think I did. Yeah. No. Bro, I'm like, I just had to reload it because I'm like, bro, I think I froze. Fuck all that. I think I froze. But my boy Bueno says Clint already did what BJ couldn't, and that was win the conference championship. Yeah, true. That is true. I mean, yeah. Hey, nah, it ain't that. It's because you just came in here. You feel what I'm saying? Look, hey, Dre, it was cool till Dre commented. I think it's Dre's fault, bro. I think that's what it is. Everything was cool till Dre just sent this comment right here, and now this is where we are. Now this is where we are. You was plotting. You was plotting from back there. My boy, man, DJ, what's going on with you, man? What's going on with you? Appreciate you for tapping in. But look, hey, 3,600 yards for Kirk Cousins in that year. That's a decent year. Again, I'm not gonna like sit here and glorify like that shit was the greatest thing ever. But yeah, I mean, decent. So, but I want to see when he's the OC. That's really where I'm trying to get to. You know what I mean? So again, team went 10-6, beat the Saints in the wild card round. Oh, is that the year? Yo, is that the year where Stephon Diggs had that crazy ass catch? Is that year? Because he's talking about they beat the Saints. Damn, it might be. Might be. But it says it right here: 3,600 yards, 26 TDs, 6 interceptions. 2020 Stefanski left for Cleveland, right? So they brought in Gary Kubiak to be OC once again, working under his father. This would be a bad year for Minnesota, right? Ending the year 7-9, but Kirk Cousins played fairly well with Clint still being the quarterback coach. 50 now he's passing for 4,200 yards now, 35 touchdowns, 13 interceptions. Okay, we improved. So 2021, Clint received his promotion finally to offensive coordinator, replacing his father. The Vikings would go 8-9 that year. Kirk threw for another 4,200 yards, right? 33 passing TDs, 7 interceptions, right? So, hey, now Kirk is doing his thing under Clint Kubiak, right? He said Pop's using up all the bandwidth. I'm fucking weak. It's not, hey, bro. It's not even that. We got like, well, y'all good. Either way, it's things going on up in here. All right. It's things going on up in here that require a lot of Wi-Fi. All right. So I got a whole damn studio up in here running. All right. But my boy said, 4,200 yards, 33 passing TDs, 7 interceptions. So Kirk's having a good year. If I remember that too as well. Justin Jefferson, I believe he had 1,600 yards under Clint. So that's the year Justin had 1,600 yards. Dalvin Cook had a good year with about, I might sell it short. It might be like 1,200, but I think he had more than 1,200. But either way, I know it was around that range, 1,200 to 1,400 yards. Dalvin Cook had that year as well. So under that, the big three as far as the quarterback had 4,200 yards. Then you had one with 1,600 yards, right? And then you got one with almost 1,200, you know what I mean? Whatever the case may be, right? So what it is right now, bro, I think he had them operating, but what we will see now is that I don't think the defense was as good as it was supposed to be. And I think honestly that's why Zimmer got fired. And you heard things about Zimmer and how he was operating that ship over there, especially from Kellen Mond. And he's over there talking to Kellen Mond hella crazy and shit like that. So it's like, yeah, that's crazy. Hey, bro, I'll be real with you. Hey, Dre, if I was doing that, I wouldn't be doing Raider content, to be honest with you. Y'all wouldn't be seeing me so frequently. I'll tell you that right now. I'll be somewhere kicking my motherfucking feet up. All right. Rundown. I'll give you the rundown next week. Whenever the fuck I feel like at that point. Whenever I feel like. My boy, man, Jason, what's going on, man? How you feeling? This man, hey, look. Walt, you've been cool this whole time, bro. We've been having a good time. Now, I'm about to start getting on your leathery ass. You better calm your ass down. You feel what I'm saying? Talking about what matters Kubiak has done this year. The title is Resume Deep Dive. If your old ass didn't want to fucking watch a Resume Deep Dive, go watch Seattle people talk about what the fuck he's doing this year. Again, bro, I'm not finna do the bullshit. All right. If that's what you wanted to watch, go watch it. You seen the title of this motherfucker, man. What are you doing? Stop the bullshit, bro. Stop it. Sit your ass down, enjoy the motherfucking content, and let's keep rocking. All right. Jesus Christ, bro. My boy, man. 805. What's going on with you, big dog? How you feeling, bro? How you feeling, man? Sometimes, man, people get me out of body, man. Motherfuckers get me out of body. I hate that shit. My boy, man. What's going on, man? DJ, man. What's going on with you, big dog? How you feeling, man? But as we continue, right? As we continue with this shit, all right, with the deep dive, all right, with the fucking deep dive that we said we was gonna do, okay. Sees here that Clint had the 12th ranked offense in the league that year, 11th in passing yards, 17th in rushing yards, 14th in scoring, 25 points per game, right? 25 points per game. That right there, right? That right there is definitely something that I can get with, right? Now, some people can say, man, it might not be that impressive, but if you were to tell me, right, if I were to tell you right now that next year the Raiders had these rankings right now in offense that we saw, 12th in offense, 11th in passing, 17th in yards, 14th in scoring, or 17th in rush yards. I would like the rush yards to be higher, to be honest with you. I would love the rush yards to be higher. But just if we had these rankings right here, bro, I don't think at the top, I don't think anybody would be mad. If that was his first year, fuck no. I'd be ecstatic. I'd be ecstatic if you told me this man came in here year one and scored 25 points per game. Fuck yeah, man. Now we're rolling. And that's with a rookie QB? Oh, yeah. Yeah, we can work. But, again, personally, I think those are good numbers. Those are good numbers. I don't think he got fired because of his performance. I don't think you get fired for that. He got fired because they just cleaned the whole staff out because Mike Zimmer was just in there just doing stupid shit. Right. So there was that. Right. So Mike Zimmer was a terrible head coach in that Minnesota stint. And then there it was. But I think he did his job. Right. So then we go Denver Broncos. All right. Denver Broncos. He goes back to the Broncos in 2022 and would serve as the passing game coordinator and QB coach for Russ. Okay. Under Justin Outen, who was the OC, and two head coaches in Nathaniel Hackett and Jerry. Who the fuck is Jerry Rosberg? Who is Jerry? I don't even remember that dude. That's crazy. That was such a bad year. Yeah, that was bad. That if we talk about he was under the Nathaniel Hackett. So far, bro, he's 0 for 2. He's 0 for 2 in my book, being under head coaches and being under guys. You feel what I'm saying? That are actually good, proven leaders, right? You look at Mike Zimmer, like that was a terrible stint. Then you're under fucking Nathaniel Hackett. You're 0 for 2, bro. You know what I mean? That shit didn't have a chance before it started. Didn't have a chance before it started. So now here we are, right? Of course, as like the article says, as you can imagine, the team did not do well. They went fucking 5-12. Okay, so then Russ, I argued with a lot of people that year about the way that Russ was playing. I don't know, right? Now, y'all maybe can have your own opinions, but that year under Nathaniel Hackett, I don't know. That year under Nathaniel Hackett, I think Nathaniel was bad, but a lot of people argued about how good or bad Russ was playing that year. Some could argue he played decently, excuse me. Some could argue he played decently. But 16 passing touchdowns and 11 interceptions is ass, right? That's ass. I mean, there's nothing you can put there. 19th in total passing yards is nothing to. You can't be like, oh man, I'll put that feather in my cap. But you know, a lot of people still that year argued about what Russ was doing. Funny enough, still, that's where. Did he? Funny enough, November 20th, the Broncos played the Raiders, where Hackett would relinquish play calling duties to Kubiak. Ooh. You know what they just gave us right now? Hold on. What year is that? Denver Broncos. November. Hold on. What we need? Let's say 20th. 20th. Let me see, man. November 20th. What was that? 2021? 2021? Yeah. Oh, 22. Yeah, 22. Okay. Yep. November 20th, 2022. Let's look what we got. I'm about to look at these. We're gonna look at the stats. Shit, they just told us right now exactly what game it was, and they told us exactly the where it was. Okay, so we won that game. That's probably part of our winning streak that we still had, right? Yeah, probably part of the winning streak that was still going on at the time that we done fucked off. Now that's over now. That's over now. It's about to be some good games played. But let's look. And of course, if I can bring it up, I'll bring it up. But shit, we were 3-7 at the time. Just awful. Just god awful. Okay. They scored 16 points. Now, again, that year was a ass year for them. But either way, as this loads, we'll see what goes down. Okay, there we go. Oh, shit. This one we still had Devontae Adams. Interesting. What year was this? Was this? No, I know it's 2022, but we still had Derek Carr at the time. Were we like? Was this our Josh McDaniels year? Hold on. I'm about to show y'all. I'm about to show y'all. Was this our Josh McDaniels year? Because if that's the case, bro, if this might be the game. Is this the game where Devontae Shooky boy Patrick Surtain and then waved to the crowd and shit? Like, was this the game? I'm trying to think. It might be because we still got Derek Carr. He actually had a good stat line. He had 300 yards and 2 touchdowns. Jacobs had a good stat line. Devontae had this long ass. It might be this game. Where Devontae Shooky boy at the end of the game and did all that. But let's see. But it took it till the end of that game. Now look, Russell Wilson stats that game. 24 of 31, 247 yards. All right. No tubs, no interceptions. Really clean stat line for Russ. No cap. Clean stat line. Latavius Murray, 17 carries for 49 yards. I would venture to say if they were having more success on the ground, he'd probably run that shit more. Hey, but this is what I want y'all to look at, though. Okay? And this is why, look, for all the people that may be like, well, why are we doing this? This can show you the steps on what led to where we are now, right? Because looky here. You see, we only got Josh Jacobs in this good little stat line. But this is his first game calling this shit as an OC this season, and look what he does, right? The rushing. See how he implements the two back, right? And what is he doing this year? Well, when he did have two backs, right? Because Charbonnet's hurt now. But when he did have two backs, what did he do this year? He used two backs. When he's with the fucking Saints, even Kendra Miller, you know what I'm saying? And for a time with Alvin Kamara, he uses two backs. This is the start of that we see it, right? It's still early in his career, but he has Melvin Gordon here. He has Latavius Murray here. I'm not gonna lie. This is not bad, right? 8 for 31. That's cool. Where they fucked up is like the leading back isn't doing shit, right? Latavius didn't have a good game. Like that's 17 carries for 49 yards. But if he was having a better game, right? Your second back having this many yards right here, almost 50, we can work. We can work. You know what I mean? So that's the start of that right there. Okay, you look at their receiving. Cortland Sutton had 80 yards. He had 80 yards. Kendall Hinton, 57. Shit, they had no receivers. That's it. Melvin Gordon was the third leading receiver with 39 yards. It was bad. But still, we getting people involved. Tight end. Damn, Latavius Murray was the fourth. I mean, fifth. Wait, what the fuck? Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, fifth. But Dolchich fourth, a tight end, was the fourth leading receiver. 2 running backs in the top 5 of receiving. So meaning they had jack shit at the receiving position, but still put together something solid. So I'll give him that. I will give him that. Real quick, man, we got a question. From Joel. Question, hypothetically, if we traded the number 1 pick to the Jets, who you taking it to? All right, Bane. I had to think long and hard, bro. I had to think long. Pause. But I had to think about that though. I definitely had to think about that. So I'm taking Bane. Taking Bane if we did that. And I'm definitely gonna try to see if Ty Simpson is there if we trade back. I'll see where Ty Simpson is at. But that's it. But I don't see they're not gonna do that, bro. You know what time it is. Shit, you know what time it is. But okay, so after that, we just looked at the game in November 20th that the Raiders played, with the Broncos, and Kubiak had play calling duties and didn't call a bad game that game. It wasn't a bad game. But then after that, went to a little R&R, some rehab in the Bay Area with the 49ers. You feel what I'm saying? Under Shanahan, he went to some rehab, get himself right. Clint would be hired as Kyle Shanahan's number 2 for the 49ers as the pass game coordinator. And then Clint would have his best coaching season yet as the 49ers finished 4th in total passing, averaging 257 yards per game. The 49ers would, in fact, make the Super Bowl that year, marking Clint's first Super Bowl appearance of his career, where they will fall to Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. And that was Jimmy Garoppolo year. If that's the case, right? So we're seeing success. But who are we seeing success with? Again, this is why when we kept having lives earlier on in the process, and we kept talking about where Clint would end up, okay? And everybody was like, well, why would he pick the Raiders over Buffalo? Or why would he pick the Raiders over, Baltimore, things like that? This is why going through shit like this matters. What quarterback in all of what we've just detailed right now has ever been like Lamar Jackson or Josh Allen that this man has coached so far? Zero. None. The man so far has fucked with who? Brock Osweiler. Who's the other dude that was just Trevor Siemian, right? Okay. Kirk Cousins for a time. Then you go back. Russell Wilson for a little bit. That's maybe a little bit closer to it. That's closer to what it was. Okay. But really the more successful years are coming with guys of He just had Jimmy Garoppolo just now, right? It's more of those statures. That's really the quarterbacks that he's working with, that he's really detailing with. So when we go through shit like this is why it's like, okay, now you like, this is why some people have preference, what they want, what they like to work with. You feel what I'm saying? And also makes it right. I mean, shit, right now, Baby Rundown could piece the puzzles together on who the fuck the Raiders might draft right now. But either way, right, still gives you preference to say what I want in my quarterback, what I want him to do, what I want my, if I was a head coach, what do I want my preferred quarterback to look like and do? So that's where we are, man. That's where we are. So let's continue to look, man. And again, some of this might be boring to the man. This ain't a rumor show. This ain't a goddamn man hot take spicy shit show. It ain't none of that. It ain't none of that. We learning shit today, and we fucking really actually trying to detail some shit. And at the same time, after this, I want to do schematically. Schematically, what does he do? Right? And then schematically, how once we line that up, all right, what does Fernando do? If that's the case where we're gonna go take it, how can he fit in this puzzle right here, right? Because there are things that Fernando's not doing in Indiana that he just has to learn to do in this system. Not saying he can't, right? But of course, he's a college prospect. So every college prospect goes through a learning curve. It just always happens. So we got to talk about that shit. But, you know, either way, let's continue getting ahead of myself, See, I'm getting excited. That's what I'm saying. That's why I wanted the head coach and why I wanted all these things to go down, bro. Because I don't want to talk about these things too early. But detailing, and I have a nice little video to show as well. Exactly what we're talking about as quarterback. But continuing on, they lost to Kansas City. Okay, boom. All right. That was a tough one, but at the same time, did his job. Passing game coordinator. He had Jimmy Garoppolo in that offense rocking, right? Boom, bang. Parlays that onto the Saints job that we all know. And this is the one that I get in constant arguments with people about. Okay? Now, right now, Clint's like 1 for 3 in head coaches. 1 for 3, right? Because he was under Mike Zimmer. Garbage, right? Garbage. And at the same time, my boy Chris even detailed it last night. I think Clint did his job in Minnesota, but Mike Zimmer's defense wasn't good. And guess who was on that staff with Mike Zimmer in Minnesota? Guess who was on that defensive staff? Paul Gunther. If that don't tell you all you need to know. So, right. But so either way, right? Okay. Think he did his job there, but you under Mike Zimmer, that's nasty work. You're under Vance Joseph, nasty work. You know what I mean? So that doesn't work. Nathaniel Hackett, nasty work, right? So that's 0 for 3. Actually, he's 1 for 4. So now you get under Shanahan, you're 1 for 4, right? That's a good head coach you're under. That's good structure. You learn under that, right? So, okay, all right, we feeling good. We're going to parlay that up. Cool. Bam, we immediately parlay that up with 1 to 5 because now he's fucking under Dennis Allen, right? Dennis Allen, right? We all know about Dennis Allen as a head coach, bro. That shit was over before it started. It was over before it started. All right, so it's like let's not sit here and act like, oh man, Dennis Allen was gonna have that shit rocking. They hitched their wagons to Dennis Allen being the head coach and Derek Carr being the guy to usher them in. Come on now. But either way, right? We're not gonna make that many excuses like that. We're gonna go through it, okay? In 2024, the Saints under Dennis Allen hired Clint Kubiak to be their offensive coordinator, right? That was at a time people were looking at him. Name was circulating a little bit, but he didn't give us a look. He did not give us a look at the time. I know, his name floated around as offensive coordinator before Getsy, right? Before Getsy, for sure, but he didn't give us a look at all. He went straight over there. And went to the chance to go coach Derek and all that new found stuff, right? So team itself was bad. Derek missed 10 games that year, right? Now, a lot of people will say, well, he played he still played a lot of games, and they started 2-something and then lost 7 straight games, which is true. Derek's injuries started from week 3, though, right? And then a lot of people will say, well, when did so you mean tell me everybody got hurt? This is the thing. When Derek was getting replaced, bro, he's getting replaced by Spencer Rattler and Jake Hayner. These dudes are not good. In Spencer Rattler's first start in week 3, where the decline started, right? Because remember, Saints started 2-0 and they were scoring damn near 80-something points combined in the first 2 weeks. And we was like, oh, shit. You know what I mean? Or I believe it was a shoulder injury for Derek that derailed him for week 3. All right, so for week 3, they went out there. Spencer Rattler had to start. I misspoke last night on a chat, but Spencer Rattler ended up throwing for 200 yards. He still had a 55% completion percentage that game. He threw for 2 interceptions. And it was a bad performance. Now, other than that, they tried to rush Derek back from the shoulder injury, and that's how he continued to miss games, in and out the lineup, right? You feel what I'm saying? He was in and out the lineup. Before you know it, I think he came back 2 weeks later in week 5. By that point, once he came back, his ass still wasn't ready to play, and he was still bad. But by the time Derek came back, Olave suffered concussions, right? And so on and so forth, to the injuries to the offensive line and injuries to the team. That's what happened in that year. And now, as the offensive coordinator, it is your job to also not help the ship go off course or fucking sink off, right? It is your job to help the rookie quarterback maintain course, maintain everything that needs to go down, and at the same time use your weapon, okay? But let's be real. If Olave's not on the field, bro, what the fuck else? Like, what else are we throwing to? Now, look, yes, he has to maintain that, but there's nothing else to throw to, dog. Some people can say Shaheed was on the team, but let's be honest about Shaheed. Shaheed is not like he's not fucking Tyreek Hill, right? He's not like a huge wide receiver threat. He has more value in special teams. That's what Shaheed has. You know what I mean? And then Kamara was there. Kamara had one of his better seasons under Kubiak, but, there's only so much a running back can do by himself. And at the same time, I believe, one of their centers, or either a center, McCoy missed some time as well, too. Eric McCoy missed some time as well, too. So that even their Pro Bowl center was banged the fuck up. So either way it goes, bro, I think that whole shit was a shit show, right? Whole shit was a shit show. It started off good. Injuries derailed the whole goddamn season. Dennis Allen was the head coach, and that defense never really was doing anything. Everybody says, man, oh, yeah, they were supposed to run away with that division. When the quarterback does not play all 10 games, dog, and you have these injuries and things like that go down, bro, that's just what happens. Preseason, whatever, be damned. You know what I'm saying? Preseason, whatever, be damned. So I personally, yeah. First 2 games, appreciate some of this information as well. First 2 games, Carr completed 30 of 39 passes, 77% for 443 yards, 5 touchdowns, 1 interception. They scored 40 points plus each game. Yeah, exactly, man. And that's my point, right? And that's my point. I think the first 2 weeks when they were healthy and everything was good, I think they can actually run that offense. Right. And, a lot of people were like, oh, well, especially some of my guys, well, okay, yeah, offense fell the fuck apart, right? The offense fell apart. But that's not a trend with him, right? Like that's not a trend. It's not something where I'm like, oh, bro, if I look in his career, I see like when he gets somewhere, offenses just wane the fuck off and like just fall apart after a certain week, like Cliff Kingsbury. Right? Like Cliff Kingsbury, after a certain couple of weeks or maybe a year, like his shit fall off after that, right? But really, Cliff, after a couple of weeks, bro, like it get a little stale with Cliff. When it come to Kubiak, I don't think that's a trend that we have just watched or witnessed throughout the whole entire thing, right? Where it's like, yeah, he got with Minnesota and and that Minnesota offense when he was the OC, that shit fell apart after week 3. We didn't say that. That shit didn't happen. Right? Like that did not happen. When he was just the play caller, When he had to replace Nathaniel Hackett as a play caller, they improved. They had a good game. You feel what I'm saying? It's like, so the Saints is the only blip. And I'm not going to sit here and say like, oh man, you can excuse everything away. You still got to put your name on that. You got to stand 10 toes on that and stamp that. Hey, yeah, I was the offensive coordinator there, and that shit fell the fuck apart. Learning experience, bro. I feel that's a good learning experience, right? Other than that, I'm not seeing the history of things crumbling under his watch. Shit, I see a history of things actually improving under Clint's watch, right? You feel what I'm saying? So what I like as well, and we all know what he's doing this year, and this is where we'll end it off. What I like as well is that we follow up that bad year, we understand what we did wrong, and we come back this year and we have an outstanding year, a great year. Now, some people Carr did Carr things under pressure. 100%. They ran into the Super Bowl winning Eagles in week 3 and the O-line collapsed. Carr did Carr. And that O-line wasn't good from the jump in the Saints. I remember watching the Saints heavy. I was in Georgia at the time. You know, Georgia, if you're in Georgia and you know anybody that's a Falcons fan for real or a Saints fan, like they don't like each other for real. They fucking hate each other. But they'll watch, right? They will watch. So, I was watching that shit for a time. That offensive line was garbage, bro. But again, what I wanted to parlay by saying this, okay? Because there's a lot of talk where it's like, man, he's got so much talent on this offense and so much this and that. Brother, at the beginning of the year, I don't think nobody was looking at Seattle the way they looking at him right now. I don't think so. Am I lying? Am I tripping? Right? Because there's a lot of people that's like, man, and this is why I think Kubiak gets a lot of credit for turning his shit around as well for me. Because last year was bad. We got to follow it up with a good year, bro. Be damned, right? And coming into this year, when they got Sam Darnold and they traded away DK Metcalf, everybody was like, well, what the fuck are they doing? What are they doing? The offensive line was fucking horrid last year with Geno Smith. Terrible. They were garbage with Geno Smith last year. Remember, we were looking at film of that Seahawks offensive line. It was like, oh, goddamn. Like, oh, you know what I mean? So I think coming into this year, right, with what Clint's done, I think he actually helped a lot of those players become these players. Look, bro, look what he has done for JSN. And this is not saying that JSN isn't talented, bro. He's like, I think with how he has helped JSN grow. Remember, he was a former wide receiver coach too. We just watched it. So he's got that shit in his background and know how to work with receivers. But either way it goes, how he has helped him, bro, he's helped this man turn into a no doubt top 10 receiver. You feel what I'm saying? Just what he's helped him grow into. That offensive line, night and day from what the fuck it was last year to this year. And night and day. And they didn't make like a whole bunch of crazy ass signings. They got Gray Zabel in the draft, but they didn't make a whole bunch of crazy ass signings. These motherfuckers right here, bro, you know what I mean? Like, hey, I think he just has the scheme rocking and rolling, bro. What he's doing with Sam Darnold. You know what I mean? Sam, a lot of people questioned at the same time, hey, man, what can Sam Darnold do without Kevin O'Connell? Feel what I'm saying? Like, it's not just, I think this is some of Sam Darnold's talent, but at the same time, this scheme helps. How many other quarterbacks can fuck around and only throw for 170 yards in a playoff game and still win comfortably? Feel what I'm saying? Like, that's scheme. That's scheme. When I watch JSN in the NFC Championship game run a wide open corner route in the red zone area, well, who the fuck? That's not JSN. As good and talented as he is, right? As great as JSN is, if nobody puts no hands on him and he's wide ass open in the end zone, that's scheme. You know what I'm saying? That's scheme. And that happens multiple times. Multiple times. So for me, man, a lot of people will question, man, can this dude be ready because of who we're coaching against? The Harbaughs, the Reeds, the Sean Paytons. I looked at everybody in our list, right? I looked at everybody in our list where they're like, okay, the ages. 60, 60, 60. Everybody's in their 60s except for Clint. I personally think, bro, we about to run circles around these motherfuckers, man. That's how I feel. We about to run circles around these motherfuckers. That's I don't think there is a defensive coordinator. Maybe Vance Joseph, maybe. And we'll see what the Chargers dude is like because he's a wild card. I don't know what the fuck is up with him, right? He's young. So we don't know what's up with him. But so we might have some battles on our hands with that dude. But as far as Spagnuolo playing the games with Reed, right? Playing the chess match with Reed, playing the chess match with Sean Payton, going against Vance Joseph, I'm very confident our head coach will be able to scheme that shit up no problem, bro. Very, very confident. I'm not even tripping about Kansas City no more, to be honest. Well, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, we're gonna beat them all the time. But I'm talking about from a schematic standpoint of I've always went into Kansas City against Spagnuolo and been like, fuck, bro, he gonna dial it up, dial up the pressure. We're not gonna understand how to attack it. It's gonna be over, right? Now we still got players to build. We still got to do that. But once we get these players, bro, from a schematic standpoint, you know what I'm saying? From a schematic standpoint, I'm not looking at our head coach being like, oh shit, he got to go against Spagnuolo. I don't feel like that. I do not feel like that at all. You know what I'm saying? What I feel like is, yeah, that our head coach gonna keep him up at night. Is how I feel. You know what I mean? We're gonna scheme this shit wide open. Is how I feel. Vance Joseph, same way. Nah, I'm not. We got to go against Vance Joseph. All right, for sure. Let's do it. You know what I mean? Let's do it. We'll scheme it up right. The only dude that's the wild card is the Chargers DC because he's new and he's young, and we don't know what the hell he is yet. We don't know what he's going to bring. We don't know what he's running. You know what I mean? It's the same shit like Mentor when he came in, bro. It was a wild card. We had no idea. Then he ended up running some crazy scheme, right? So, we don't know what's up with that Chargers DC. So I'm leaving that up to chance. I'm not going to say nothing with that yet. But the other two, we're going to get busy. We're going to get busy. My guy, man, Prez, what's going on with you, big dog? Appreciate you for tapping in, man. Salute. Sal, what up, Sal? What up? So, yeah, man, that is Clint's coaching history. That's Clint's coaching history, man. I think it's a detailed one. Right. And at the same time, we get to see what exactly he works with, what he likes, what he uses. Most of the times you seeing what type of quarterbacks he works with, his journey to get here. Right. He's been with a lot of teams for a lot of years. And I guess the stability factor works. You know what I mean? That stability factor works. And being able to be your head man, be stable. Especially in a nice little community, especially when we start getting shit rocking and rolling with Vegas, it can definitely look good for him and the optics of what he's trying to do. So I love, you know what I mean? I love going through that detail, bro. I'm very, very confident that we made a good hire. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell y'all that this is a Super Bowl. We're going to do the Patriots shit year one, and we're going to do all that. I'm not telling you that. But what I'm telling you is I think that this guy can be the person to lead us into stability, bro, into modern shit as well, bro. I feel like we've been trying to catch up to modernized offense for fucking forever. I just don't know since Gruden. We've been trying to catch up to how the NFL is doing shit, and I feel like we the tortoise in the hair race. You feel what I'm saying? Now the tortoise ends up winning. Tortoise ends up figuring it out. But at the same time, it's like everybody right now, bro, we getting passed the fuck up. We're getting lapped, right? We over here running the John Gruden scheme and the shit scheme when everybody is already on the Shanahan and already on the goddamn, the McVay tree. They're already on that. But we still running offenses from fucking 2 decades ago. Like what are we doing? You feel what I'm saying? None of that makes sense. None of that makes sense. Everybody on calculus and shit. We still trying to learn fucking multiplication. Like, come on, bro. So if we can finally get up to the modernized offense, that's what I'm saying. I'm not tripping about him scheming up. You know what I mean? Nobody. I'm not tripping about that. Some people can say the leadership, right? Some people can say the leadership, and that scares you. Now, I'm not gonna base all my shit on just the one clip we watched earlier, right? And be like, oh man, he can be a leader from that. But I feel it from him, bro. I'm not gonna lie, I feel it from him. You know what I mean? Now, a lot of this is where maybe I might be misplaced. But we're gonna speak truth because that's what we do here on Rundown Shit. This is maybe where some of that different generational shit may come into play, right? And when I say that, now most of us like Kubiak, but there's a subsection of people that feel he is not a leader of men, feel that he will not be able to properly motivate, right? The 53 men in the locker room, even 75 if you add in the practice squad, right? So there are people that feel like that, okay? But for me, bro, like I don't see the modern shit as more of like rah-rah, hard-nosed type of individuals. You feel what I'm saying? Like, and what I mean by that is like, when I look at how players today, the younger players, college kids, even kids in general, bro, the way they getting talked to and the way that they are processing information, right? It's always the why. You feel what I'm saying? That shit's always the why. Like, yeah, you can be stern, you can be all that, but at the same time, like, shit today is always about the why, bro. And we need to learn. We need to know the information. What the fuck are you teaching us? Is it credible what you're teaching us? Right? You feel what I'm saying? And I think somebody talked about this earlier. It was a player who talked about this. It might have been Troy Polamalu. I forgot who said it, but somebody, it was a big player who said it. But today's kids want to be taught. They want to be taught. And at the same time, understand that information, know the why of what the fuck we're doing. You know what I mean? That's why you see like a lot of the coaches that are having success aren't really like these rah-rah type of guys. To be honest with you, bro, Mike McDonald ain't no rah-rah type of individual, right? He not no rah-rah. Like, if you really watch him talk sometimes, like, it's like, yeah, and that one little hype up speech Seattle had, that shit, like, he was getting up there. But at the same time, like, you know, I don't really see him as like I'm a Bill Polian type of guy. You feel what I'm saying? Or I'm a Brian Flores type of figure. But at the same time, he seems more of a personable type of dude that they approach, that they can talk to, that they learn from, right? They respect his information and his knowledge. You feel what I'm saying? And I think this is one of the things that we're going to be having now with a younger coach that can now relate more to the players and talk more that language. You feel what I'm saying? Relate more to the players, talk more that language. So that's kind of where I'm at, man. As a Buckeyes fan, I seen plenty with envy. Now he will be on my side. Yeah. If you're talking about Mendoza, 100%. M85, man, the Gruden way. Yeah, the Gruden way. But yeah, like I don't think. Now again, that's not saying you don't have to be a leader. Like, yeah, you got to be a leader, right? You gotta still assert your authoritativeness, right? But at the same time, it doesn't have to be. You know what I mean? Like, I think it can be respected in different ways, bro. I think you respect it in different ways. Now, I'm trying to find ways to articulate what I'm talking about, right? Because I don't want to just end it off that. So for example, right, if you're talking about Brian Flores, who he is, right, why a lot of people may want a guy like him over a guy like Kubiak is because you can just feel his assertiveness, you can feel his authoritativeness, right, and feel what he brings. Yeah, he'll still teach the game, but he feels more, like an authority figure that's going to immediately command that respect. When you watch Kubiak's interviews or whatever, you're like, okay, well, I don't really get that feeling from him, right? I don't get that whole feeling from him. But at the same time, I feel that Kubiak has the same level like Shanahan, right? Shanahan is monotone and he's not really that rah-rah type of dude. But when he speaks, you understand, like, all right, bro, like, this dude's ball, he's about business, and you understand what he's talking about. You know what I'm saying? Especially when he starts really talking ball. You know what I mean? And then if you watch Shanahan with the players, it's completely different. You know what I mean? And I think Kubiak's that same way. That's kind of where I'm getting at. I think he that same way where with Shanahan's hella dry, bro. He hella dry. And even if you look at Shanahan at the beginning of the career, he was, you know, it was a little shaky. You feel what I'm saying? It was a little shaky. But you already know what time it is when he gets with the players and when he starts doing his thing. And I think that's the same thing with Kubiak, man. I think it's the same thing with Kubiak. Let me see, man. My boy, M85, man, he says consistency, being the same person through the ups and downs, 100%. And that's something I've seen being talked about with Kubiak from the players. Seen Christian McCaffrey talk about it. You know, you've seen a player like Cooper Kupp talk about it. And those are two veteran, respected players, right? Being genuine, not trying to be an act. Exactly. Kids see through right through that shit. Yep. And I ain't gonna lie to you, M85, like, especially today, bro. Especially today. Kids call you out on bullshit today. I mean, especially with the college shit and all that extra, bro. Like, it definitely gets deeper. Definitely gets deeper. But Jake said, I see Mendoza at Cal. Okay, give me your honest assessments, Jake, from Mendoza at Cal to Indiana, real quick. Right now, if you mean like you watched him a lot, but do you think he would be one of those prospects that you're like, yeah, if he improves this shit, he'd be a guy at Cal? Did you see the traits? Or is it just, or do you think that it's just, do you think that it's just Kirk Cignetti, right? You think Kirk Cignetti made him? Or do you think that he really improved his stock and this is where he is? Let me know. Let me know. Man, what's going on, man? What's going on with you, big dog? We chilling, man. We chilling, going over Kubiak resume, feeling good, man. About our new head coach search. Next live we're gonna be talking about drafting and Fernando's fit. So that's the next solo rundown live we have. We're gonna be going through Fernando, the fit with Clint Kubiak, because the next one will be we'll probably already have our head coach. So we'll go through the fit, what he can do schematically, what he can't do, what does he run, things like that, man. Then we'll go through it like that, man. Yep. That just pissed me off. So let's talk about it real quick before we get on out of here, man. And I did want to show you guys something. So before we get out of here, there are a couple things that I definitely want to run down, talk through, and then we're gonna get out of here real brief, man. Because you know me, man. I'm hungry. I got to give me something to eat. And at the same time, man, go ahead and get some other things started as well. Work on something for the show as well. I got something for the show cracking. Trust me. Something for the show cracking. But let's see. Real quick. We talked Nah, bro. Nah, look, hey, shout out to everybody that's here, bro. Look here. When you get in relationships, all right, y'all, real quick, we're gonna have a conversation. When you get in relationships, sometimes, man, your significant other can do things that really piss you off, right? Like turning off. Why would you turn off the Wi-Fi? Why?
All right. So we can.
Why would you do it, bro? Like it just makes no sense. You feel like what the fuck are we doing, bro? Like this shit that we what the fuck, bro? So now I'm on live, boo boo the fool, shit not working because the Wi-Fi want to be funky.
Ladies, this is how men.
That's what I'm talking about, bro. This is shit I'm talking about. You're talking about.
And now it starts tripping. Now
My boy, why would you turn off the Wi-Fi? That's the question, bro. Why would you turn off the Wi-Fi? Now I'm sitting here, boo boo the fool, talking about, hey, this shit's not working. Of course this shit's not working. The Wi-Fi's off. Look, hey, hey, boy. You already know what it is, man. Y'all know what it is, bro. Look, hey, but appreciate everybody that's been here, bro. That I guess that's the cue for me to get off. That's the cue for me to get off. Yeah, all right. Yeah, don't be looking over here, bro. Don't look over here. Don't look over here. that's the cue to get off. But y'all let me know though. How do y'all feel about Clint Kubiak's? How do you feel about Clint Kubiak's culture resume? All right. Do you like it? Do you not like it? All right. I mean, there's a lot of things we detailed. There's a lot of things that you can maybe put to the side, man. Bro, that's what time it is right now. I ain't gonna lie to you. While I'm still here, man, while I'm breaking down my little stuff, man, you know, we're gonna get ready to end the show off, of course. But y'all let me know, man. Hey, y'all let me know. All right, how do y'all feel, bro? Do y'all like the resume so far? Are you happy with the hire for real? For real? Are you happy with, bro? What? It's like, you know what? We'll have this conversation at a later date. All right, you know what I mean? She's sitting right there. We can't say that right now. She's sitting right there. It's all right. We'll talk about it. Sit your head down, bro. Ah, shit. But either way, man. Either way. Yeah, y'all let me know, man. Y'all let me know. How do y'all feel? How do y'all feel about your boy's resume, bro? I mean, of course we'll see. We'll see. You know, there's nothing that we can be like, oh, we immediately know what he's going to do. But are we confident? Are we confident is the question, right? Maybe, bro. Maybe. Maybe. But are we confident? Are we confident is the question. Do you feel that as a coach, now we still got to build the staff, bro. We still got to fucking build the staff. And that maybe is what worries me. I was mad when y'all told me about Anthony Weaver. I was mad about Anthony Weaver. But there's still some names. I really hope we don't hire no goddamn Leslie Frazier or some shit like that. Like that's what I don't want. I really don't want us to do that. I want us to maybe go over. Look, the dude that's there right now as Seattle's DC is probably the most likely candidate. I think his name is Arden. Is it Dirty? Is that his name? Arden Dirty? I gotta look. What's his name? Hold on. We're not gonna mispronounce it. Like when I got the internet right in front of me. Hold on. His name is Aiden Dirty. Aiden Dirty, I believe. Is it Dirty? Dirt? Is that how you say it? I don't know. He's British though. So at the end of the day, right? I think he'd be cool to hire. He's under Mike McDonald. You can hire him because it wouldn't be a lateral move, technically. Now, yes, technically he is the DC for Seattle, but we know who actually calls defensive plays for Seattle. We actually know who calls defensive plays for Seattle. So at the end of the day, right? If you can give him the if you can give him the reins to say I'm calling the plays now in Vegas, he can move, right? So that's the only way a DC can move laterally. That's why when people were talking about Evero from the Panthers, that's a little more unlikely. A little more unlikely because, you know, we're now talking about him having to move laterally now, right? Because he already calls defensive plays for the Panthers. So that's not really a big ass jump for him. But as far as dirty, yes, that's a huge jump, right? So for him to be able to call his own defensive plays, yes. Whatever happens with Jim Schwartz, like if Jim Schwartz is just an available free agent, different story. Different story, because now we're talking about him just being free and able to sign wherever the hell he so chooses. I want Jim Schwartz. I want Jim Schwartz for sure, right? Now, offensive coordinator. I'm gonna be real, Charles. The offensive coordinator hire isn't really that important as much as I think that the offensive line coach is important. Got to get that right. Got to get offensive line coach right. Most importantly, which I think if they get Benton, we work. That's who I want. But if you get offensive coordinator, it's not all that important because we know who really is running the ship. But at the same time, you want it to be somebody that can be comfortable. If you're taking Fernando, is going to be comfortable with Fernando, right? So that's that. And there are some candidates to look at there, but that is for another show. We're going to detail that for another show. If you make an assistant head coach and defensive coordinator, then it can be done. Oh, for Evero, yeah. If Evero is made the assistant head coach, then you can do that. You can do that. And they do know each other from Denver, right? They know each other from Denver. Yeah, that could work. Isaiah Pollard. What's the deal, man? What's the word with you? Lot of emojis, but at the same time, man, appreciate you for tapping in. Schwartz would take this hire to a whole nother level. What? 805, man. Everybody's happy. Now we really get what we want. Now, Schwartz would probably be looking to leave us soon because he still wants a little head coaching gig of his own. Not mad at you, but we probably wouldn't have to worry about that for maybe a couple years, if he even gets one, right? So we'll see what that look like. Isn't it interesting? Davis Webb hasn't signed anywhere. Yes and no, because we know what his plan is. He's going to be the OC at Denver. That's why they fired that Lombardi dog. That's why they fired that Lombardi dude, bro. So they can make room for Webb so that he wouldn't make that move over here type shit. That's why. Schwartz is begging to leave. We can afford his contract or trade Geno for Coach Schwartz. I do it. Now, understand, people, right now, as it stands, we'd have to trade for is that a mosquito? Yeah, I get that out of here. We'd have to trade for old Schwartz. We'd have to trade for old Jimmy Boy. So there would be compensation that we would have to give Cleveland for that. But at the same time, like, we'll see what happens because we might as well just wait it out and see if he wants to still be there. And if he don't want to be there, then we can go ahead and make our move, right? Make our play. But y'all know what it is, man. It's the end of the show. So we got to go ahead and give y'all the last segment of the day, which is... And hit it with the rundown, man. You already know, man. So today's rundown of today's show. We detailed Coach Kubiak's entire tree. Coaching history, what he's done, who has he worked with, and things of that nature. For me, going through it, I've already liked the hire, right? I was already feeling the hire. The hire already, for me, I was like, man, you know what I mean? The hire, we just ain't got to do it, won't he? But just as we talking, we just got something together. But detailing it makes me like it even more, right? Detailing it makes me like it even more. There are some people that may, you won't be fully comfortable until he is the official head coach and you just see him work. And I understand that. because some people, when you have your reservations about somebody as a leader of a man, then that reservation is going to remain until he proves you wrong, probably. Right? So that's probably that's what it is, you know. And if that's how you feel, that's your prerogative. That is your prerogative. But if I'm speaking from my own standpoint and opinionated standpoint, I feel that we've made a good hire, bro. I feel like we made a good hire, like I've said time and time again. And this dude right here is, we can finally have a coach that we won't have to fire year one, whatever the case. I think this is a coach we're gonna have for a very long time, especially if they tag themselves with a quarterback. Then it's like, you're definitely hoping that somebody is here for a long time, right? But I think we got us one. As far as the coach. But y'all let me know down below, man. This show about y'all. How y'all feel, how we feel as the nation, man. Y'all happy with it? Y'all not happy with it? You know, and definitely come on. Listen to wife because she will cut your Wi-Fi off. 100%. Look, hey, no. Yeah, 100%. Happy wife, happy life at the same. That is true. Now, look, when our, you know, as far as black folk, when some of our black folk ancestors were saying that, they was doing dirt back then. That's why they ass was saying that. So let's keep it a bean. Now that we grown, you feel what I'm saying? All the fucking OGs that used to be saying like happy wife, happy life. I know why they ass was saying that. That's because they ass got caught up before. That's why. So now you got to shut the fuck up. So now you already know what time it is. But right at the statement still rings true in very most instances though. Happy spouse, happy house. See, there you go. That's better. Nah, hey, real talk though. You need to hit up the nation. Right? He got some fire apparel for you, bro. He got some fire apparel. My boy Mike just said some. What's his name, bro? I haven't bought nothing from him yet, but I look at his shit all the time, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna get some one of these days. Hold on, give me a second. Give me a second, because I want to make sure I'm spelling it correctly. I want to make sure I'm giving him his just due. There we go. Look up LVLN shop. Yeah, look up LVLN shop. He got Fire Raider shit. He got some hard gear over there, man. If you like that one, go to the nation. Also, bro, no cap. If you want some of this shit, go up in the link in my description as well, man. I got some of the same type of shit on the link in my description, man. So tap in. You already know. Is that the saying? Is that the saying? Oh shit. Trust me, no one has a good day when wifey's upset. 100%. No, hell no. Now everybody walking on eggshells. I finally get to be on the same side as the 90% of the fan base. This is unfamiliar territory for me. I'm gonna soak it up while you feel me? Hey, remember last year, 805, when it came to the Genty talk, boy, I lost subscribers. I fucking lost subs and shit. I was called every name under the book that you can name. Right? I had people checking my fucking credentials, Googling, what the fuck have you done? Blah, blah, blah. It's crazy, right? And now this year, it's lovely. It's like when the light shine on you after the rain been pouring, bro. We feel good right now. I mean, and the reason, don't you let Christian Severe poison your mind. All right. The reason they want you down there is because they want you right in that bucket with them. They want that. We're not in the bucket no more. God damn it. We are living happy lives. We have good things right now. We have good things. All right. And don't listen to nobody. Don't listen to fucking nobody tell you anything about, oh man, I just want to see what happens if the coach pulls out. What would the fan base do? I don't want to see that shit at all. Bro, if fucking Clint pulls out of this job, bro, our next head coach is gonna be fucking Peter Dinklage. Peter fucking Dinklage. Whoever the fuck, whoever you can think of, dog, is gonna be our next coach. The hunchback of fucking Notre Dame. Whoever you can fucking name is gonna be our next head coach, if that's the case, dog. We're gonna have tryouts on the street if that really happens. So I don't want to see that shit at all. I would like our head coach to be retained. I don't want no drama nor friction up in this mug this year. This year, I want to be boring as possible. I want to be boring as fucking possible in this off season. I don't want no type of stories. Nothing. Now, they're going to put us in stuff because we got the number 1 overall pick, and it's just like that. But honestly, dog, I don't. After that, after the draft, I want radio silence. Radio silence. I don't want nothing, bro. Y'all just figure the shit out up in there. We'll catch y'all motherfuckers come April. You let all the chatter and shit go down for people like me and all the extra that we actually, this is what we do. We talk about it, right? But other than that, let the team do what they do, bro. You let the team do what they Oh, I'm gonna bring those boys. Exactly, bro. Look, hey, if you need my help, 805, let me know. Now, when it comes to Mendoza, I know it might be different planes. But when it comes to Kubiak, we're gonna be sure. But appreciate everybody, man, for tapping in. Already know what it is. Real quick before we do get out of here. Okay. Now, I'm just gonna let y'all know, for everybody that has stuck around, much love. If you're new, you done already stuck around this long, big dog. You might, or appreciate you, Queen, if you did stick around, right? Oh, hey, we open the audience up to anybody. But check it out. If you did stick around and you're new, you might as well hit the subscribe button, bro. Join the family. Hit the notification bell, right? Hit the notification bell so you don't miss any lives that we go. Sometimes we go random. Sometimes we got guests on. Sometimes it's a spicy show. Sometimes we doing a rundown with some informative stuff. Tap in, bro. We're going to make sure to keep you well informed, keep you well entertained, especially with the off season coming up. Feel what I'm saying? You definitely want to go ahead and make sure you get into some Raider channels or just channels in general that's going to make sure to keep you updated on prospects, keep you updated on what's going on with the draft, all shit like that, man. So if that's the case and you want to join the fam, man, hit the subscribe button, bro. Join the family, man. Join the comment section. Now, sometimes you see me go at the comment section, but look at this part of the show, bro. It's just part of the show. Now, reason I'm over here sounding like this, sounding like an infomercial. Reason I'm sounding like it is because I'm telling y'all, I've been working on this mug for the show for a minute. All right. I've been working on this mug for the show for a minute. I got a partnership lined up for the show. And this one is a big one that I've been working on for the show for a minute. As y'all know, right? If y'all been with me from the beginning, y'all know I've been saying I want to make this the thing, bro. You know what I mean? This is what I want to do. I do. Now, it can sound crazy to some people. Some people, you be like, what the fuck is he talking about? But hey, I'm trying to make this the best Raider show you can find and also make this my thing. So if that's the case, bro, I'm going to need some help from y'all. This goddamn promotion that's coming up, I'm going to need that help, bro. I'm going to need that help. I'm going to announce it very soon, getting everything worked up, everything finalized. I actually got to sign some shit. You feel what I'm saying? So we're getting everything finalized right now. And that's all I can say. But once it is done, need y'all help. We're going to push that mug out and we're going to continue to do our thing and grow as we do, man, as we do. So appreciate everybody for tapping in. Look, hey, I subbed because of her. Hey, I'm going to tell her. Definitely. I want to try to get her more incorporated too, but her ad right now, she like, well, I don't know too much about football yet. And I'm like, well, you see, she hears me all the time. She know enough. We gonna see something. But thank you, everybody, man. Been a great show. Cheeto and I are supposed to do something tomorrow for a State of the Nation. We'll see. So until then, make sure you tune in, tap in, hit the like button, all that good shit. You know what I say after every show, man. I keep it authentic here on the Clouds to the Ground on the Raider Rundown. I'm gonna tap at you next time, man. Peace.